crypto bros make money literally by making money, and they've made over $1 trillion out of thin air. They'll accuse the U.S. government of making money out of thin air. Maybe we do, but we're the U.S. government.
Welcome to the Crypto Teacher. And you know I come back with that video just to make you think.
Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel.
And make sure you join the Patrons. If you're not a part of the Patrons, make sure you're hitting the Cash App. And I talked about the FDIC earlier today. Remember on Friday, that's when they closing these banks. And a banking crisis is right around the corner. And we have U.S. regulators seize Republic First Bank and absolutely no media attention. Only thing you can find is articles. Guys, it's nothing but a blackout. And this gets worse. We had Ted Cruz sell up to $500 million of Goldman Sachs stock because he knows something is about to happen in the banking sector. Because we have the G20 sending out a warning. Regulators told to be ready to handle failed clearinghouses. And the regulators must equip themselves with bail-in bonds that deal with the failing clearinghouses for stocks, bonds, and derivatives. And yes, guys, you heard that correct. Did you see any media attention on this? You're not. We know the repo is going to be coming to an end soon, so they're going to have a safety net. And the United States adopted a rule to force more trades in the $26 trillion U.S. Treasury market through the clearinghouse. And guys, we know the NWO calls the problem, wait for the reaction, and run in with the solution. And that's these bail-in bonds. Yes, guys, I know. You can't make this stuff up. Remember, your life is an illusion and TV is your reality. But remember, guys, we're talking about finances. It's boring. Nobody cares. And that's the reason why they can keep getting away with this. While the sheep sleep, the NWO builds. While this whole system is failing, we have grown men cheering on the sports. It's unbelievable. And what we've learned from history is that no one learns from history. And that's why it repeats itself. That's the reason why we're back in Babylon. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. And we have the BOJ, which is the largest purchaser of treasuries, is in trouble. But guys, we know that's just the way they want it to look. Don't forget the Japanese leaders were brought to San Francisco to build out this fourth industrial revolution. And Japan had to take the sacrifice. They're the ones who's holding the globe up. But we're in an election year. And like I told you, they want to get it as close as possible so they can go ahead and start pulling the curtain down on the sheet. Because we see the Fed and these central banks' higher rates for longer is destroying small businesses. And we know when small businesses leave, employees leave. Mass layoffs across the globe. But we know they already have that solution. The machines and programmable money. And remember, the Crypto Teacher told you. Because he knows. When it comes to the NWO, it's all planned out. You have a wonderful day.
Keep in mind that the Japanese are the largest buyers of Treasury securities in the world. Not the Chinese, the Japanese are. And if their currency is continuing to weaken like it has been, you always want to be invested in the stronger currency. So that would, on balance, be pushing money towards the U.S. dollar, and of course, then into U.S. Treasuries. And even though that's happening, yields are continuing to go up. So it really tells you about the underlying weakness that we've seen in the bond market. You've got the largest foreign buyer in the world with an excuse to be buying it. And yet we're still seeing bonds sell off and we're still seeing yields go higher.
I think that the BOJ will do something about this and that we could see some sort of, snap rally.
I don't think they will. I mean, they obviously can. And I think that the reason that they won't intervene and why they've allowed it to go to a 34-year extreme is they know it doesn't work. And they've tried it in the past, and now it's been 20 years since they've tried it. But every time they've tried to intervene, it works for about a day and a half, and then they stop intervening, and then the market goes right back to where it is. And besides, if you're going to intervene and try and force a market to the size of the yen-dollar exchange rate to a level, it's not going to work. It shouldn't work. You need to change your policies. You need to change your economics if you want to stop this decline in the yen.
So the $4.5 trillion carry trade estimate roundabout in stocks and bonds, that's safe in your view?
Yeah, I think it is, if that is still the extent of the trade. I think the trade is probably a lot less than it was, say 3 or 4 years ago, especially pre-COVID, because before this period, there was a lot of yen strength, and then that should have probably shook a lot of those people out. But if you're in that trade now, the weak yen is going to definitely make it work for you, and there's no reason to be fearful of it.
Going to a different economy, and we're going to be learning more about that as we go. But clearly, we're learning that things can be done from remote locations. We're learning that technology can replace people even more than we thought.
We're not going back to the same economy. We're recovering, but to a different economy, and it'll be one that is more leveraged to technology. And I worry that is going to make it even more difficult than it was for many workers.
In Silicon Valley, and my friends who work in technology know that what we did to the manufacturing workers, we are now going to do to the retail workers, the call center workers, the fast food workers, the truck drivers, and then even bookkeepers, accountants, insurance agents, lawyers, and on through the economy. So what happened to the manufacturing workers is a very clear sign.
And so we'll import Chinese-based CBDC technology. So it's going to be CBDC in a box provided to you by the People's Bank of China.
But every stock, every bond, every currency, every commodity, every piece of art, every private business, every piece of real estate will eventually be a token on a blockchain, an entry on a ledger, permanent and immutable. We will have truth instead of trust, and we will save over $7 trillion a year. 6 to 8% of global GDP is wasted by the friction of the trust industry that's necessary when you have dual entry accounting. With triple entry accounting, which is what a blockchain is, we get rid of all of that friction. It's a beautiful future.
Like what you see in China and their social credit scoring systems, right? If we get identity wrong, it could be a tool to enslave humanity. And if we get it right, it could be a tool to liberate humanity. And as an American, I'm obviously rooting for the one that's on the side of freedom.
Bitcoin is an international asset. And also, I do believe the role of crypto is, it's digitizing gold.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of the huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities. And if we could have that distributed ledger that we know every beneficial owner, every beneficial seller, we all have our code of who's buying, who's selling, instantaneous settlement. And think about it, it changes the whole ecosystem.
Chinese bank ICBC has been hit by a ransomware attack, and the U.S. Treasury market, as a result of that, has been disrupted. This, according to the Financial Times. We're getting more right now with Bloomberg's Sonali Basak. Sonali, what do we know?
Listen, we have the Financial Times now reporting that ICBC, one of China's largest banks here, was hit with a ransomware attack. And remember, they're a very significant intermediary in the Treasury market. The SIFMA has told its members that this has been part of the reason here that the system is kind of clogged up, if you will, during that auction that we saw a little bit before. The attack had prevented ICBC, according to the Financial Times, from settling Treasury trades on behalf of other market participants. A large executive at a major bank also telling the paper that such a large party on the fixed income clearing corp creates major concerns, potentially impacting the liquidity of Treasury markets.
Now, it was not just a poor auction. It was absolutely lousy, and when the dealers have to step in to save a Treasury auction, that's a rare occurrence.
I hate when countries go off the dollar. I would not allow countries to go off the dollar because when we lose that standard, that will be like losing a revolutionary war. That will be a hit to our country, just like losing a war. And we can't let that happen. And too many countries now are fighting to get off the dollar.
Cryptoteacher and the New World Order book, plus the 3 kids books. It's time to re-educate. Also, new to cryptos, Coinbase, Bitrue, Binance. Do not forget book links and crypto links are in the description. The stock channel, guys. Don't forget to go like, subscribe, spread everywhere. You have your Kobo, your chip stocks, your banking, your gaming. While everybody's sitting at home, get home stocks, the Xrp, the biotech stocks. And while everybody's at home wishing they were still getting that free money, what are they doing? Drinking and smoking weed. Don't forget about those stocks, and you have a wonderful day. The most powerful person in the world is the storyteller. The storyteller sets the vision, values, and agenda of an entire generation to come. Steve Jobs. And guys, you know I truly believe in this. When you look at the New World Order, they're the storytellers. And that's the reason why I wrote my New World Order book. But guys, now it's time to change the current generation. And I wrote 3 kids books. You know, I love the Trinity because I understand the power that's in it. So I have 3 books. We have an opportunity to change the generation, to educate, not just me, but I want to show you that I take action on a daily basis. And I want you to take action on a daily basis. Whether it's your job, whether it's in your community, we have an opportunity right now to educate the masses. I posted this on my Twitter account. Please share, but this is a short clip of the 3 books. There's going to be a clothing line and action figures. Please get these books for your kids, nephews, cousins, friends, so therefore we can start the re-education now. Because as we see, the 4th Industrial Revolution foundation is definitely here. Robots, algorithms, drones, taking humanity out the picture. We have to re-educate. But let's get into the video.
Part 1. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save the village. Part 2. King Joshua and Grandma Tam save New York from COVID-33. Part 3. King Joshua and Grandma Tam goes to China.
It's mandatory to get part 1, part 2, and part 3 of this series. It's time to re-educate Generation Z.